Recently, Government of Uganda, through Ministry of Finance, presented to Parliament the Charter of Fiscal Responsibility for scrutiny. Today, the leader of opposition, shadow cabinet and opposition members of Parliament have held a dialogue to bisect the above-mentioned charter in absence of members of Fourth Estate. After the dialogue, the leader of opposition, Honorable Matthias Simpuga Nsamba, has told Dream TV that they do want to converge at a common ground on how to guide government on fiscal regime for the next 5 years,
including debt management, taxation policy, and related matters. Government intended to raise domestic revenue generation because, as we speak, local revenue is very low, probably below 12% or thereabout, and it accounts for the unforgivable borrowing, including local borrowing, that is clouding out private investment.
Mpuga narrates that taxation bills which were presented to Parliament had loopholes, hence need for scrutiny.
So when you look at the outed tax bills, they don't seem to be answering the questions. They don't seem to be moving in the direction that was intended in the charter. And we are asking questions as to whether a government that is out to present a plethora of tax exemptions, but in the interim, government must lower its appetite for consumption through the budget as laid and use the local revenue, including careful borrowing for particular enterprises and areas that we can create jobs.
According to current statistics, government loses 7 trillion due to tax exemption, and according to Mpuga, government do need to revise on how it handles tax exemption in the country.
To big companies, is the same government that is intending to raise revenue. That the tax regime so promoted and proposed will promote local enterprise, and is the same tax regime that's raising taxes on a number of areas, including raising tax, rental tax, while the cost of materials for construction are going up. You cannot raise rental tax unless you're not serious.
Mpuga Nsamba has announced his next move.
So there are so many areas that have gaps, and I have asked my team, headed by Honorable Mwanga, to go and look at these gaps very closely so that the reports from this Committee of Finance ousts a tax regime that can promote already airing local enterprise that are affected by COVID, and therefore they are struggling to pick themselves up to be able to keep people on job. That's very critical.
Joseph Silwoza for Dream TV News.